few days ago, we got word that one of our dear friends' daughters ended her life, committed suicide, and in all honesty, our hearts just absolutely broke. We knew Melinda from way back 10, 11, 12 years ago. She had lost her husband in a horrific car accident, and her children lost their father. So she ended up coming into one of our gyms, and she went through transformation. She wanted to get herself healthy and fit, get her mind straight again after the loss of her husband multiple years before that. But she had a daughter. She had a beautiful little daughter named Daisy. Daisy used to come in, and some of her brothers did as well, and watch her mother go through transformation. I believe she was 11 or 12 at the time. And she watched her mom regain some of her strength and her power and her happiness through getting herself healthy and strong. Melinda would go on and compete and step on stage, much like her husband had done. It was kind of a way to honor him. It's a really beautiful thing. But we got to know that family and get really close with them, and we got to spend time with Daisy and see her grow, really, over a couple years there. And one morning my wife gets a text message from Melinda that Daisy had been raped. She had been raped by some high school boys, and they dumped her. It was the dead of winter. They dumped her on her front lawn, half of her body frozen to the ground. She's blacked out. Long story short, you can imagine the amount of pain and suffering one must go through. And during that period of time, she was getting bullied, called names. Their house was burnt down. Yet she was the victim. We continued to stay in their lives as the story started gaining traction and becoming viral. They ended up making a documentary about her called Audrey and Daisy. Audrey was another girl who at the time had committed suicide after massive bullying, and Daisy had survived this tragic situation, but was dealing with an enormous amount of pain, a lot of darkness and struggle, but just trying to live and trying to survive. So this got out, and then she became an advocate. She became a voice. She became a strength for other women to stand up, to speak out, to know that they can keep going. She had been over to, I believe, the UN and spoke with the Queen of Sweden. She'd just been all over. She'd done a lot of amazing things, was doing a lot of amazing things. We saw her a couple of years ago here close to Kansas City, and we got the chance to talk to her, and we could see some sadness inside of her. still. But there was a part of her that still was that 12, 13-year-old girl before the horrific act happened, you know, and so you get the message that she couldn't take it anymore, just broke our hearts. It's just wrong, you know, it's wrong on a lot of different levels. Men, teach your boys that it's never okay to touch or hurt a child, to hurt a woman. It's never okay, ever. Shouldn't be in any sort of relationship or be in any sort of situation that you're going to take advantage of someone or hurt someone. This beautiful girl's life is gone because of that pain that was inside of her. Yes, she lost her father years before that. That's a very painful thing. That cracks that foundation. That's hard. But to then get abused and exposed like that, and then she did the right thing, and she went to the police, and the boy got a slap on the wrist, essentially. It's never okay. The woman is to be loved, to be cherished. The child is to be loved and cherished. If you got abusive nature inside of you and tendencies inside of you, you need to go get help. I don't know. A lot of what I have inside is really hard to talk about and say. It moved me. You know, she touched a lot of people's lives, but I still see the 12-year-old girl that had such a bright future. And while she was on this earth, she did give everything she could. I really do believe she was fighting it every single day. And she gave so much of herself to try to help others. And that story, that constant pain and that constant brokenness inside of her made it nearly impossible for her to even breathe. It's never okay to hurt someone. It's never okay to abuse someone, ever. We miss you, Daisy. We love you, Daisy. Melinda, we're praying for your family. Please lift these guys up in prayer and put a hedge of protection around them. All right, guys. Have a good day.